Hey guys, hello, how are ya? It's Sonia with Junk Monkey Paint Company. Popping in to say hello to you guys. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Pinterest. And also I just wanted to catch up and see how you guys are doing. So I was just running around doing laundry. Whew, and I wrote down some notes for you guys on Pinterest and why I think that you should consider working it into your business strategy, your business plan, and why maybe right now is a good time as well to think about doing that because you might have a little extra time on your hands. And we all know that on the user side as well, we have a little bit more time in our hands, right? The user side and also the business side, the actual business owner. Hey, Judy, Brenda, Valerie, hello, Deb, how are ya? So hopefully you guys are doing good. Let's see what day of the week is it. It's Thursday. We've been busy. By the way, for those of you who got in on the pre-order of the Grey's Anatomy, the Ducky, and the Rock Lobster, we were busy today getting our facility ready to receive all the big paint shipment coming in with those 3 brand new colors. So making space for it, getting ready to accept it. And as far as I know, tomorrow morning I will have the final, but it looks like tomorrow it will arrive. So I've been following it. And so yeah, hopefully you guys got in on it. And if so, we're ready to start getting it out to you guys tomorrow. So, and it did sell out during pre-order. So I'm hoping you guys reserved your favorite color for you. Everybody just went like head over heels over those colors. And you know what? I'm glad it all worked out right now for this time because you know what? We probably have a little extra time in our hands to do some painting. And who doesn't want to play with 3 brand new colors, right? Let's see, Lisa. Oh, well, make sure you email me to make sure I connect with you on that. So if you're saying you have 2 orders in the system and you want them put together, or I'm not sure what you mean. So be sure to email me, junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com. So I make sure that I talk with you about exactly what you want done. Yay, Brenda says I got all 3. Very, very nice. So I feel like my schedule's been all over the place. We've been very busy at Junk Monkey. If you are in the group on Facebook called Junk Monkey Paint Projects, it's the sharing group, the community with where everybody just posts pictures. Oh my goodness, the pictures that are coming out. And it was so funny. I got a message today. Who was it from? I think it was Debbie who sent me a message. And she said to me, she got her paints and she was, working on her paint stuff. But she told me that I sent her the very best piece of the newspaper when I shipped her paint to her. And she was doing the crossword puzzle today. So if you want some inspiration, go over to Junk Monkey Paint Projects and see what everybody's been painting with. And yeah, oh, Lisa's been working on her TV stand. I did see that in there. Good for you, getting the stuff done, right? Everybody is just working on stuff around their homes. And so we have been kept very, very busy at the Junk Monkey. We love it and just getting all the happy mail out. So, because I know that definitely painting is therapy and you're getting stuff done and it feels good, right? For that moment in time, you're not thinking about the bigger things out there. You're just focused on the project that you have in front of you. So it really feels good. So what'd you guys make tonight for supper? Anything good? I got to tell you, I tried a new recipe tonight and it's not for everybody. Okay. I am that person that likes pineapple on their pizza. So you might not like what I'm about to tell you. But if you have had something good for supper tonight, since it's right now 6:48, so it's about that time we're finishing up, supper at the end of the day. But tonight I tried a new recipe. You ready for it? Like it was totally out there. I took 2 sweet potatoes and I chopped them all up. I took some chicken that I had and I chopped it all up, just meat. But any kind you have is fine. I think the ones that I had were just like more like flattened tenders. I just chopped them all up and I took 1 apple and I chopped it all up. Okay. I love dump recipes. Anybody else? Like I am just give it, it's okay with everything touching, cook it, way to go. And then I put a little bit of thyme, a little bit of, cause we all could use some time. No, we have extra time right now. Thyme, seasoning, and also some rosemary seasoning. And I took a stick of butter and I chopped it all and I put it all across the top with some foil wrap. Oh my gosh, it was baked apples, sweet potatoes, and chicken. And it had that savory seasoning on it. So it tasted like that dressing, sort of like warm, ooey goodness, just soft roasted chicken, everything. Oh, anyway, if you're looking for something new to try and you have apples, chicken, and sweet potatoes, and if you have those seasonings, easy. And if you got butter, right? So, oh my gosh, I was looking at make sure I got it, Lisa. She said she left me a voicemail. And okay, don't leave me any messages on my personal page. Email me just to make sure. So that way I get it. Email is always the best way to reach me. for sure, because I get a lot of spam calls. I get a lot of spam messages. And so I always try to tell people, email me because it's the best way to cut so I can see it right in my inbox and I won't miss it. Always the best thing. You have time growing it all out in your front lawn. Are you kidding me? Check one more reason to move to Florida. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I love thyme. I love, love, love thyme and rosemary, sage. I love those sorts of recipes, right? So anyway, that's what I made tonight for supper, and we all ate it. We ate the entire dish. It was so, so good. Brenda has chicken and noodles. That sounds good too. Judy says, I made a lot of food and had to freeze a lot. Well, that's good. That way you can pull it out when you eat it, right? I know. I know. It's so good. Food is the spice of life, right? It's like, but that one had apples into it. So not everybody's into that, but you can leave that out if you wanted to, I guess, right? Lots of sun in Ohio, opened the windows and cleaned and sanitized a lot today. You know, we were able to open our doors and windows here today as well. Matt was cleaning the dogs area and we're able to open the door where they are and they can go out on the back porch. And so they were out sunning themselves today with the cat, you know, creating all kinds of disturbances because they're loud. They're yappy, happy. Lisa says, out there with that huge rosemary by the garage. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, Lisa. That is so awesome. I always wanted to have a herb garden. And did you have to plant that? That is amazing that you have that. I love it. So real quick, we're going to talk about Pinterest. And tomorrow I'm going to put up I'm going to do a video for you guys on how I use Pinterest to bring it kind of to life for you. But out of curiosity right now, let me know, are you guys currently on Pinterest? Number one, do you search Pinterest yourself? And number two, do you have your business currently on Pinterest? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say Pinterest? And if you don't, just look up Pinterest. There's an app for it, or you can go straight onto the website, you know, on your laptop, on your phone, just pull it up in a search engine like Google, for example, and get it that way. But basically, Pinterest is it's a very, very large search engine, okay? Sometimes people call it social media. It's really not social media. It is truly a search engine, but it is like Google. It is like a visual Google. So Pinterest, things that do well on Pinterest are people who post things that typically are around the home, you know, DIY, lifestyle, recipes. Chances are you have searched a recipe and the search algorithm has brought you to a Pinterest recipe, right? That somebody took the time to post on it. So it's people like me and you that create the recipes, that create the whatever it is that we're doing, and then we take the time to put them onto Pinterest. So when other people out there, and look, guys, I wrote this down. I looked this up before I came on because I wanted to get the most current amount of users on Pinterest. 335 million monthly users on Pinterest. 335 million monthly users on Pinterest. People are on Pinterest searching for stuff. And you can be in any category you want on Pinterest, right? But because a lot of what we do, a lot of us who are makers and creators in here, for example, painters or do anything with our hands, and we're very visual people, we could be jewelry makers, anything like that, right? What we have is we're bringing things together that's really pretty, right? It's really eye-catching. It's really eye candy. So when you combine the fact that we happen to be in a field of work that is, we put something that's really colorful together or really interesting, really, attractive to the eye. When we show up, whoa, we get a lot of attention, right? Because it's not just people seeing words, but now they're seeing the picture of what it is that you made. So the way Pinterest works, it has the word pin into it, okay? Think about if I were to take a sticky note like this here with a little thumbtack and I pinned it somewhere, right? So what happens is somebody searches something and this pin appears. This pin is an image. It's a picture. Hopefully it's a picture of something that you've made, you've created, whatever it is, your service, your solution, right? Whatever it is, your product that you have. And hopefully it's watermarked as well. This is one of those, go back and watch the tutorial I did and I showed you guys in my phone how I do a watermark and just put your name on it, right? But basically you're uploading a pin or a picture, a really nice image, a graphic that's going to grab people's attention, all right? And this is the beautiful thing about Pinterest and why it's so wonderful for business users, like for marketers to be on there, is because you have the ability to be able to link to wherever the information is going to lay. So say, for example, I put up, okay, here's an example. This is how I can use Pinterest and how I do use Pinterest. I can put up a picture of Raisin the Bar, right? Our beautiful, delicious, yummy, rich purple paint, okay? It could be a picture of something that I painted with it. It could be a picture of the image of the actual yummy looking can of paint itself, okay? And somebody is searching for purple paint, purple furniture paint, right? Well, remember we talked in here about SEO, search engine optimization. If you missed that chat, go back and find it, my friends, because there's an hour-long chat on how that works in here, okay? So you combine your beautiful picture. I'm going to put up my Junk Monkey paint link that goes right to that purple paint, and I get a chance to write a title and a description, okay, using SEO, all right? You guys know what that is, right? We talked about it before. That's why I say if you miss a chat, go back and check out the other chats before now, because it all comes together for you to understand what in the world SEO is and how it would even work anyhow. But basically, you put a description, a title, right, that involve words that people are going to be searching for. And when they search purple furniture paint, Sonia's created a pin with Raisin the Bar that people can see. And then they can decide for themselves based on how well that picture I put up there performs, right? I mean, if it's a dark picture, if it's not a really good photo, I don't know. It's just not like something that really attracts people. Then that means I need to get better at putting better photos up there. But we're going to put a photo up there. So when people see that, they can click it and they go, oh, that's just the shade I want. They can click it and guess where they go? Directly to my website, right? So when you are looking at Pinterest, you have to think to yourself right now, what's the things that you could be promoting to people, okay? Ultimately, you need a website, right? Man, Sonia's been preaching that till the cows come home since January the 1st, right? And here we are now at the end of March. So get your website up and running, because in a time like now, there's probably a lot of people out there wishing that they had taken the time to set up their website right now, because look what's happening around us, right? And people are being able to now go to online, right? They want to be able to, for example, get their Junk Monkey paint. If I didn't have a website, I would not be able to service all my audience and my followers and the junk monkeys that are out there, right? You guys should be working on creating your own website. All right, that's the goal. If you don't have it already done, maybe you should be working on it now. If you don't already have it done, make it a goal. But at the end of the day, there's also other things that hopefully by now you've created. Like, for example, your business Facebook page, right? Or your business Instagram page, those sorts of things. So that when you put a picture up, you can promote something that you got going on, okay? So what is it right now that you are using as your platform? Now, you might be using Facebook as an example as your platform. Remember that you're using it, right? Because it's not your platform. You're using Facebook's platform, and hopefully, everything works out. Facebook can go away any day of the week, right? Facebook can shut down today. But when you got your own website, you have control over your platform. But if you're not at your website yet, I digress and say, let's focus on what you do have right now. What can you steer people towards? So if your goal right now is to grow more followers on Facebook, man, putting up a picture of a piece of furniture that you did and linking it to your Facebook, grab the link above your Facebook. Remember, we had the chat and I showed you guys in here how to go into your settings and how to change your Facebook address, where it's facebook.com/ in my case, it's Junk Monkey Paint Company. All right. But you need to put your own there, right? Go in, change out the numbers, just the automatic populate that Facebook does right there. Change it to whatever yours is. Okay. So when you're going on Pinterest and you're going out there and you're posting a picture, that you can have a nice clean link that goes right to your social media. Okay. Goes right there. And then they're going to say, oh, wow. And she's showing up every day, right? He or she, you're there every single day, so they can see it's an active page. And that whatever you did might have pulled somebody over to your social media. Your pottery that you did could be anything. It could be a house that you have for sale that you're listing on Pinterest, right? It could be a book that you have for sale, an ebook that you have for sale. It could be anything. Whatever you want, whatever you're getting creative with. And then they come over to your social media. That's the beauty, the link, right? And they go, oh, wow, this is an active social media platform. I can scroll back and I can see all the pieces of furniture just like I saw on Pinterest right here. I want to follow, I want to like this page, right? So Pinterest is free. Hello, think about all the tools out there. You can spend a lot of money paying for things to help grow your business. But if you're not even taking advantage of the free stuff that's out there, I would start there first, right? Before I go on to looking at doing paid stuff for my business, start with the most basic platforms and cover that first before you build everything else on top of it, right? You can spend money over here, or you can use what's out there for free right now. And that is working for other marketers, for other businesses. I get a ton of people that come from my Pinterest over to my website every single day. And this is the reason why you want to use Pinterest. So I told you how Pinterest works. It's images that you basically pin up and with a link to it that goes somewhere. Relate it to whatever your pin is, okay? Whatever your picture is. 335 million people on there a month, okay? Listen to this. So number one, it's a search engine. That's why you're going to want to be on Pinterest. People can search for stuff that's related to your business. They might not search your business because they don't know you exist, but they might search for purple furniture paint, like I just gave you the example, and find me that way, right? There might be people watching right now that say, that's how I found you. That is exactly how I found you. I had somebody message me this week and they said that they had seen a video that I did on, they were searching for how to paint wicker furniture. They found, and I have pins that lead to my YouTube account from there with my video of me doing it. They searched how to paint wicker furniture. They didn't search Junk Monkey Paint Company. They searched how to paint wicker furniture. And then they found me painting wicker furniture, purchased paint, called, and now is binge watching and loving all the videos, right? So when you have a search engine out there available to you for free like that, it's pretty amazing. So put your stuff out there, keywords, SEO, go back, watch the chat, remind yourself how SEO works, and then start pinning every single day. You could put whatever you're working on that day, you could put a pin up on something that you're doing. All right, so number one, it's an amazing search engine. Number two, it is super popular with the ladies. All right, so ask yourself, is it typically men or typically women that that frequent my business? Who do I see the most of? Who buys the most from me? Who typically is the person that makes that buying decision in the family, right? Who's your ideal client? Who are you seeing purchase from you? For me, the women love to junk monkey, right? We love to do things around the home because a lot of us love to make our homes beautiful on a budget. So when I look at Pinterest, and I know it's popular with women, right? And ask yourself, if I said to all you guys on right now, do you love Pinterest? And you're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Then yeah, so people like you are on Pinterest. Why aren't you on Pinterest as well, right? 71% of users on Pinterest are female. 71% of people on Pinterest is female. So when I say to you guys, go on the platforms that the people who are usually your customers, where they hang out, okay? So for me, I'm not worried about things like Snapchat. I'm honestly not worried about things like I can't even remember the name of it. That's how, like, what's the one that's out right now? It's really it's like growing in popularity. All the kids are on there. You watch and see. All the adults will be on there soon too. Oh my gosh, what's that one? I can't even remember what it's called. But anyway, see, doesn't even like register on my radar. Okay, so go where your people hang out, not because it's popular or any TikTok. Thank you very much, Michelle. Right. So I asked myself, am I on TikTok? Nope. And I don't know any of my personal friends that are on TikTok. I just don't think that that's a priority for me, right? So maybe down the road it will become a priority. It really started off, a lot of platforms start off where a lot of young people start first on there, and then all the older people, older than the kids, gravitate towards there, and then they don't want to be on there with their parents anymore, and then they find a new place to go hang out, right? So I have no doubt that TikTok will continue to grow and be a great place. It could be a great place for you to market now. I just don't know how many furniture painters are on TikTok, okay? So you have to take stock of your own company and go, how many people in the XYZ are on there right now, and make the best call for yourself, right? Because we all have different businesses. We all grow our businesses different sorts of ways. And so totally up to you. But at the end of the day, if Pinterest has been around for I think this year's its 10th year around. It's been around for 10 years, right? So it is something that has grown enormously, continues to grow. It's not a baby. It's been around for the long haul. People trust it, right? And that's the other beautiful thing, that when you, and this is one of my reasons here for why you should be on Pinterest, is that when you pin something, when you put a picture and a link up, it lasts forever, guys, as long as that link lasts, right? So I can go back and I can search pins that I put up years ago and they're still there. And people can still find me from what I did years ago. So it's one of those evergreen things. You do the work and it stays out there. So you know what? As long as my purple furniture paint is out there, people can still keep finding my company because it's not going to go away, right? Every sort of like social media has its own perks and, advantages, disadvantages, comparisons. Remember, Pinterest is not a social media, it's a search engine. But I would definitely say that for me, one of the reasons I love Pinterest is that when you take the time to work on Pinterest and you put the work out there, it stays out there, right? Much like YouTube is a search engine, same idea, right? So as long as I continue to keep my my video of how to paint wicker furniture on YouTube, people will continue to find me. And I've already done that work, right? So we do the work, we put it out there, and it's just a beautiful thing that sits out there and people can continue to find us. Judy says TikTok is mostly young people, I think. It's continuing to grow. Let's see here. Oh, hey, back at ya. Let's see. Judy says, what if you sell more than one type of item? Like, do I paint, but also sell? What if you sell? Well, you can sell more than one type of item as long as it like fits together. It makes sense. I mean, it probably wouldn't make sense for me to sell furniture, paint, and to sell handbags. It might be a bit of a stretch right there to combine the two, because people who buy handbags might not necessarily want to get their, their fingers in paint. So you have to think to yourself, does it make sense, right? So, and then you could look at yourself personally as well. If you developed a brand where that's how people know you, like for example, there was a period of time where I regularly sold on my website and had all kinds of incoming designs. We completely sold thousands of them. It was the head wraps, right? And head wraps and paint don't go together necessarily. But for me, for my personal brand, was I always love headbands and head wraps. Always have done so, right? You guys saw me wear them, went like, where do we get one of those like that as well? People were asking for it. It went together. Hold your hair back as well when you paint, which was a beautiful thing, right? So there are things that can come together. But when you first start off being known for something, always be known for something, right? And then if people ask you about things along the way, maybe it makes sense for you to integrate it with it for a period of time or to do something special with them. But what do you want to be known for? Handbags and furniture paint? What is it for you that you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for, I don't know, be known for pottery and cupcakes? Like pick one, right? Like which do you want to be known for? And there's no reason why you can't do whatever the heck you want to do on your social media, but don't confuse people. Don't do it to the point that you confuse people, right? That's why I say we can be good at a lot of different things. Pick one that's going to be the best thing for you to build a business around, that people are going to want, that you're going to want to do it, whether you're sick, whether you're not, you just do it. You do it for free. You just do it anyhow. And then along the way, if you want to share with people some things that you're into, sure. But don't confuse people by just throwing up so many things that they have no idea what you're into, right? But it's totally okay to be yourself and show people different sides of what you're doing. That will get easier to do as you grow more, because what happens is when you first start off, people don't necessarily care about you. I mean, that's just the truth. When you first start off, people are watching you and they're watching what you're doing, right? And then what happens is you earn their trust. And they also start to see what you're doing. And then they're not just interested in what it is. Like, they've been watching you teach them how to make pottery. Now they start asking questions like, how did you get into this, right? They start saying stuff like, so who's your husband? How come we never see him, right? People start asking you the personal questions, right? But it's like you got to establish yourself first. And so lead with your value, what it is that you can bring to people. And then you'll have time to play around with a lot of different things, but just don't confuse your audience, right? Let your audience know what you're there for, and then continue to build around it, because people will start to ask you more things. Exactly. Paint and stencils. Absolutely, right? Stencil Sonia in the house. I love paint and stencils. They totally go together. If you're talking about two completely like what could be two things that really don't relate together, like the handbags and the paint, the stencils and the paint, they'd go together. They're like accessories to each other, right? So those would be perfect. All right, so let me see what. Okay, so awesome search engine, so many people on there. Lovely with the ladies. The ladies love it. All right, we talked about the links, right? One of the beautiful things about Pinterest is that you can put links into everything that you post. And tomorrow, I'm going to have I'm going to do a video on how I use Pinterest to show you some ways and how to do that. Okay. And then also, I talked about another reason why to love Pinterest for your business is that it lasts forever, meaning you do it, it's there, and it just continues to drive traffic exactly where you got to do, wherever it is you want to go, right? Lisa says, that's why I use the term multimedia, because I tile, stencil, refinish, upcycle. Yeah, it gives you a lot of playroom in there, right? Wanda says, I've been trying to do lives more in case people don't know who I am. Absolutely. People, and that's how people get to know you, right? Is, a picture is one thing, video is a whole other thing. Video is a whole other thing. People can hear your inflection. I mean, even think about when you get a text message from somebody and sometimes you're like, how should I read this, right? Or an email, and you're like, but if they said it to you, it comes out in a different sort of way. You make an instant connection with people just because our voices go up, go down. We can have inflection. People can feel the warmth. They can also hear when you say stuff, whether or not you're telling the truth or not, because they can hear it in your voice, right? You can't hide on video. It's like the truth comes out. People can see you and see you for what you really are. And when you show up again and again and again and again and again, people just get a sense overall of your personality, right? They really get to know who you are. And then they decide if they like you, if they trust you, if they want to get to know you more, if they want to spend more time with you, if they want to support your business, and if they want to invite more people to come along with them as they hang out with you as well, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's all about building relationships. But how are you going to build a relationship with somebody if you don't spend time with them, right? If you don't take the time to have conversations, boy, that would be hard. Even think about getting to know your spouse. That's really tough, right? If you can't be with the person. Too funny, Lisa. So, okay, and this is the last thing I want to leave you with, why you should be on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I really do. The last reason it is very addictive. Because you get on Pinterest and before you know it, you're scrolling so far that you lose all track of time. The last statistic I could find on Pinterest was on average, and this is crazy in the online world, okay? There are things that track how long people stay onto your website for, how long they browse before they close out, move on to something else, right? A lot of times we have on platforms that track those rates for us, but the rate that Pinterest has, and it might even be higher now, probably is higher definitely today, but it's like almost 15 minutes a session. It was 14 point something seconds that I read. So think about that. People are on Pinterest when they sit down. I mean, when they sit down, they're on there for 15 minutes. That's insane. But I know because I have gotten trapped down that rabbit hole before. Anybody else? Where you get on Pinterest and before you know it, time has flown and you've like scrolled for miles, right? You just can't stop because it just takes you down the path more and more and more and more and more. It is amazing. So those are the reasons I love Pinterest. The search engine, popular with the ladies, especially if that is your ideal customer. Be on there. That's where they are. Lives on forever. You can put your links to whatever it is that you're trying to draw attention to on there. You can use pretty pictures to attract people like eye candy. And we also know that there's like so many people on there, 335 million people monthly, but it's addictive when they are on there. So they're spending a lot of time on there. And you can do some pretty amazing things. Just to let you know that you can do Pinterest for business, which is what I recommend, obviously, for anybody who's growing a business. Because if you want to set up a Pinterest account, make sure it's a business one, not a personal one. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do that because you're growing a business, right? So that's what you should be doing. So you can get insights, meaning that you can get details within your settings it'll tell you about what's popular, who's coming, from what country they're coming from, all these sorts of things. Because the Pinterest goes around the world, right? If you got access to it, boom, you're on there searching for it, searching for stuff. So What was I going to say? So there was something, maybe it'll come back to me in a moment. Yes, Filmora, definitely. That's the one that I use. You'll find a tutorial on here if you want to see it. I did that a couple weeks ago. If you're looking to do some edited videos, I love Wondershare Filmora. All right, so I was trying to think. There was something else I was going to tell you, but basically that's in a nutshell. Oh yeah, doing the business account, that was important. So if you just search, if you pull up Google and you search Pinterest for business, that way you can make sure that you find it and you log in and create the account as a business account to give you all the little details that you can look at as you grow. You kind of want to see how things are going, right? Like what kinds of pictures are going over well with my audience? What are they clicking on to get to my website or to get to my social media? So when you put yourself out there and in the public like that, and you start doing things like Pinterest and you start doing things like YouTube and Instagram with the hashtags, remember we talked about that, that stuff lives on. So you've done it once, and now while I'm here, there are people right now finding what I'm doing, and I'm not, I'm not reposting it again today. I've just pinned it and it's out there. I've just posted it and it's out there, right? I've just uploaded it and it's out there. That's the beautiful thing about those platforms. I love Facebook as well, but to me, Facebook is more of a live social type thing because I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Facebook videos that I have done since 2014, a very, very long time. And there are a lot of videos that are out there that, they kind of lose their, when you do them live, they might have a tail where they might stay active for 24 hours and then it kind of fizzles off, right? And then it goes way back because your feed keeps moving along. And so with something like Pinterest, it just takes keywords and searching and then boom, it's right there in front of people again. So that's why I love it. All right, friends, does anybody have any questions with just the overview of Pinterest, why you would want to use it? Tomorrow I'll give you a tutorial on how to use it, and we will go from there. Jackie says she uses it for recipes. Yeah, it just depends on what you're searching for, right? It's basically pictures linked to articles, pictures linked to videos, pictures linked to social media, whatever link you want to send it to. Perfect. Wanda says, nope, it's free, Kim. Wanda says, I'm determined to learn all this social media stuff and technology. Yep, bit by bit, day by day. Start with one platform, then move on to the next platform. And I've got some fun stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you guys this weekend that I have planned coming up for this group. And so more to come on that. But yeah, just start implementing, like we said yesterday, less like, what's the term? Less talking, more working, right? I forget how I said it yesterday. Basically, stop talking about it, start doing it. And so pick something that you want to master and master it, and then move on to the very next thing. Knowledge is power. It gives you an idea of like the next thing. Like, I have knowledge of stuff that I want to do for my business, and that is where I'm heading. I can't get to it right yet, but I'm going to be doing that, right? So master something, and then when you're ready, then to move on to the very next thing, you'll have a map of what you feel like you should be doing next, right? It's a new opportunity. Oh, you'll really like Pinterest. Pinterest shows up in the search engines. I love Pinterest. And I have a lot of traffic that comes from Pinterest to my website daily. So you do it. You've already taken the picture because you probably posted that same picture on Facebook. You probably posted it the same picture on Instagram, right? You already have something on your website. So take a moment of your day of what I'm going to show you tomorrow and just post the picture and a link. And if somebody clicks on it, boom, they're coming to see you. All right. And you didn't have to do anything. So take advantage of all the things that are out there for free that are out there right now. One bite at a time. You got it. All right, my friends. So I am going to end my day here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yep, people search Pinterest for ideas. It's the search engine that comes with a photo. So when you're searching Google, you see all the titles and like the web page or the title of the blog, and you see the words. You see all words. You see searches with words. On Pinterest, you see pictures that link you then to the words, and you can decide based on the picture if that is something that you want to follow through and click on. Right? It's really really easy to use, and I'll show you guys tomorrow. All right, sending love to all you guys and your families. Stay good, stay well, stay happy and healthy. I think I'm going to take a nice soak tonight. One of my favorite things to do, and I have been doing daily, is at the end of my workday, is I love to take a nice hot soak or a hot shower. I did read this week that when you take a shower, that if you do it closer to the time that you go to bed, it can actually help you sleep. So if you've been having difficulty sleeping, it's a good thing, because the article said that your body goes through a cooling off process when you get out. And so it just helps bring on sleep. So I'm going to take a hot shower and I'm going to cool down and let myself just kind of drift off tonight. So if you're dealing with stress, the other thing I did today was yoga. I found a yoga video on YouTube, and I've never done yoga in my home, like through a live video like that before, but I found one. I searched for it, right? So think about that as the example of what we're talking today. Somebody else put a video up. I mean, the ones that I did today were 3 years old. They did that work 3 years ago and posted it. But it's evergreen, meaning that it's still relevant information today, despite the time. And I followed those videos today, and I felt so good. So I had some yoga, and hopefully you guys will take a hot shower and just kind of wind down and relax, and maybe watch a movie or something tonight before you get some rest. Thank you, Lisa. Sending love to you and your family. Take care of yourself. You're welcome, Judy. Kim says, how do you get those people to buy? Well, you got a picture, so they're searching for something. So remember, these are people that are already searching for something, right? So that's the beautiful thing about when you're, for example, Pinterest, is that, remember, they found you. They went looking for you, right? So you have something that they want and that leads you to you. You're welcome. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, my friends, and watch for the Pinterest tutorial tomorrow. See ya.